A couple of days ago, I uploaded a video where I walked from that building over there, the OHSU Building 2, which has my pharmacy in it, down to the Portland Ice Building. People have said a lot about why they thought I did that. I'll explain it real simple. The report was the city's on fire, bodies everywhere. If that were the case, you'd have seen it. Well, it only happens at night. If that were the case, you would have seen it. You can't erase soot marks. You can't process a crime scene where somebody was murdered. You can't tell me that a few hours after these things are supposed to have happened, especially if they've been going on for weeks and months, you cannot tell me that there would be no sign of it. The only reason there is no sign of it is that that's not what's happening out there. That's just not what's happening. Donald Trump wants a war. He wants to be able to declare that America's cities are in open rebellion, and he wants to invoke the Insurrection Act, and he wants to send in the military with orders to shoot real bullets at real people and make them really dead. I firmly believe that. And he sent the military into Portland, he said. At the time I went out there, they really hadn't shown up. There's a couple of dogs running around. So if you see dogs behind me, that's why. It is a public park after all. If these things were actually happening, like I said, you would have seen evidence. But Donald Trump sent the military because he's been watching footage from 2020 cut with protest signs from today showing rioting. In 2020 there was rioting. There was a lot of rioting. There were people setting fires. There were people throwing fireworks at anybody and everybody that could be called law enforcement. That was happening. Rioting lasted quite a while, actually. But that's not going on now. Well, you should go down there at night. I didn't say that there weren't people getting uppity. I didn't say there weren't people getting arrested. That's happening. A few were arrested just last night. Apparently some people were fighting, and they arrested 3 people for disorderly conduct. I think they're charging 2 of them. One of them was a right-wing influencer, a guy I haven't actually met. And I don't think he would like to meet me, and I don't think I would like to meet him. But he has decided that, the Kristi Noem has called him apparently, and I fully believe it. Things are nuts. I can't say that, especially given that the violence seems to be increasing down there. And by increasing, the other night we had a van full of agents drive right at protesters, and they poured out and basically charged right into the crowd, and there was a scuffle, and they arrested some people. And as far as I can tell, they didn't actually charge any of them. They detained them, arrested them, but if you don't actually go anywhere with it, it doesn't stick. And all you did was pick up some people and send them home. Last night they charged a couple of people. but that wasn't all they did. They hit an 82-year-old woman and her 2 kids who were heckling. That's what they were doing. They were heckling from a safe distance. They pepper sprayed them because they can. The rioting in 2020, it happened. That means that at least most of the people who did that probably still live here. Donald Trump thinks that he can instigate them to go off on the same sort of violent riots that they did before. Eventually, they probably will. So why did I bother? I did my little video to show the timeline. Donald Trump sent the military here to instigate violence. And he'll probably eventually succeed. But before he did that, there was nothing the police couldn't handle. They declared maybe 3 riots since the protesting started. And people talk about the protesting starting in June. I live down here. I said that I walked, 6 blocks. I live within this range. I walked by my own building. I can see the protests from somewhere in or on my building. There are Multnomah County Republicans who know exactly where I live. I'm not going to make it too easy for random ass people to go screwing around. I've been called an actor. I'm not. My name is Joseph. Hi. Multnomah County Republicans know who I am because I was one of them for 20 years. I signed up for reducing the centralization and maybe the size of government, keeping power closer to home, for protecting individual rights, equal protection under the law, the Constitution. Donald Trump is the antithesis of all of those things. He has betrayed all of those things. I'm not a Democrat because back in 2016, I was attacked by some people wearing black and red because they recognized me as being a friend of Michael Strickland. True, I was. I doubt he'd want to talk to me today. I haven't talked to him in years, but I doubt he would want to talk to me today. And they assumed that I was voting for Donald Trump because of that. Couldn't be further from the truth. I had set my mind to vote for Gary Johnson because Donald Trump seemed like a bully. He seemed like a person that I couldn't get behind. He seemed like somebody that I couldn't respect. And honestly, I was a Republican in the state of Oregon. My vote doesn't matter, so I might as well vote for somebody I actually want to vote for. Would have been the first time I didn't vote for a Republican for president in a while. But after I was attacked by those guys in black and red before anybody had ever heard of Rose City Antifa, I voted for Trump. I held my nose and I did it out of spite. During my video where I walked down to the ICE building, I said, don't throw shit at people. Another bit of a lesson that I'm going to offer you: don't vote for anybody out of spite. Just don't do it. You will probably regret your decision later. I do. Because I sure as hell didn't vote for Donald Trump last November. But I said I was a Republican. Fascism was not on my radar. It wasn't. Seriously. The echo chamber is that good. I didn't see it coming. I maybe should have. No, I decided I wasn't voting for this guy who was going to pop off on every international conflict while Russia and Ukraine were going at it, and he's saying the wrong things about Ukraine. Oh, they're the dictatorship. No, they aren't. Bullshit. Figured that maybe we didn't want him negotiating with China. That was going to be a disaster. I ultimately concluded that I could not vote for this guy. And damn, was that the right decision. I mean, it's too bad that he won. I'm not going to entertain the conspiracy theories that maybe he didn't. I'm not saying that I wouldn't put it past Republicans to cheat. Shit. Democrats, Republicans, both parties cheat in elections all the time. It just matters what color state you live in, who's doing the cheating most effectively. So maybe he did. I don't know. But I hear people talking. Yeah, he could have won legitimately. He could have. I don't need to think that he only won because Elon Musk hacked. No. I heard people saying, I think Trump is going to lower prices. What do you think now? So, yeah. In February of this year, I left the Republican Party behind, and I will never be a Republican again as long as I live. Not with this party. Nope. I still think we should have distributed government. I still think we should have, respect for the Constitution. I still think we should have a strong border because we don't want people bringing in large amounts of fentanyl into this country. We don't want people bringing plants that might have insects that aren't native to this part of the country, or this part of the world rather. So yeah, I support a lot of things that Republicans said they supported before. But the fact is, the Republican Party has decided to be fully cooperative or collaborative or cowards. They're all in on Trump's bullshit. So I'm never voting for another one of them again. Ever. Given that I was attacked in 2016, I'm never going to be a Democrat again either. So I was a card-carrying communist at one point. But no, I'm happy to be independent, and I cannot support actual violence, because that is only going to empower Trump to do what he's planning to do anyway. I mean, right now the government is shut down. Everything he's doing, he planned to do anyway. He's just got his pretext. He'll find one to declare an insurrection at some point. He'll find one to make sure, if he can, that when we vote, there's a guy wearing a balaclava with a carbine standing there, making a note of how you voted for president and who you voted for anything else, too. If he can get away with it, he'll do it. I don't think we should let him get away with that. I'm an issues guy now. I'm an issues guy now. I don't have a party, and I don't want a party. Stopping this fucking asshole, this clown, this coward, this simple-minded, dementia. Stopping Donald Trump is one of my big issues. The other one, this idea you will own nothing and be happy. Like hell. Those are my two issues right now. I hope to be able to talk about the latter more than the former. This has been kind of a rambling mess. I didn't come out here with like an outline. I don't have any note cards or anything. Just my phone and my cane. I'm just a guy who's legally blind. Print would need to be about that big on the card, just 1 or 2 words for me to be able to see it out here and still talk to you guys. But and that only because there isn't a sky in the clouds. Okay, there kind of is. Fine, the sun's gone away. It's behind the hill. It's not on my face anymore. I tried recording this video earlier. It was less rambly. But I didn't hit the record button because blind guy out where it was too bright trying to poke the button, and I missed the button and didn't, got back inside. I'm going to upload this. And nope, there's nothing to upload. So, anyway. I am actually a guy who is, well, I'm an albino, if you can't tell that. I'm an albino. White is my natural hair color. I am legally blind. I do have stage 4 melanoma. They tell me I'm going to live a long time if I keep taking my medication. But if things get really, really fucked up out there, well, I ain't going to be able to get my medicine, and I know it. If that's what it takes to restore the country, I sure as hell hope it doesn't take that. But if it does, it does. We do what we can do. In the meantime, maybe come out here. You can't actually see. There. Touch some grass. Realize that there's more to life than Donald Trump's bullshit. Realize that there is a future. The dude is fucking old. He's not going to live forever. He's I'm walking over to the bench. I'm getting tired. He's possibly, I just saw a video suggesting he might have had a stroke or something. And I really don't think, for all of Peter Thiel's effort to create somebody in J.D. Vance, that they can control somebody who's going to listen to them and do whatever they want to do. I don't think the MAGA base are going to follow J.D. Vance. So there's an end to all of this. It gets better. It's going to get worse probably, but it's going to get better. So all we can try to do is make sure that we're part of that solution when the time comes. Things are going to get kind of ugly in the meantime. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm usually not. Take care of each other. Do your best to make things better. And, assuming we come out of this on the other side, Democrats are going to have a supermajority that makes what Donald Trump has right now look... We're going to have more of a supermajority than Obama did his first term, probably. When I was a Republican, I was kind of a prepper sort of guy. I still am. But, when I was a Republican, I talked to other people who were also Republicans and were like, it's probably going to be the Democrats. Either party can take power and abuse it. Either party can bring forth a dictator. Either party can just seize power and just decide I'm going to make sure that I can't be removed. Trump has tried to do that. Don't let somebody else do it afterward. That's all I got. Like I said, I don't plan on making a habit of this. But here I am doing my second one in as many days or so. I don't take money from anybody. I'm not even, like, there isn't even a green or a yellow on my page on YouTube. I'm not an affiliate or anything. I don't have a Patreon. I'm just saying what I think. And this one's longer and more rambling. It's got a lot fewer fucks in it. I need to work on that. Got to get that fucks per minute quotient up a bit. But I'm tired. I did this once already today, and it pretty much sapped my strength to walk back down here. Just take good care of each other, alright? This is Joseph. Take care, everybody.